Okay. Again, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Looks like we got a really good audience this afternoon, and we're excited to show you some of our new Accusoft Cloud Services technologies. Today specifically, we're going to talk about our HTML5 viewer and how you can easily add this viewer into your website and add document viewing capabilities into your website or your web application, whether that be just a self-hosted website or something that maybe you're using with WordPress or Joomla along those lines. So we're going to go through those features and how we can do that easily today. My name is Dan Lee. I'm the product manager for our Accusoft Cloud Services, and I will be giving the presentation. At the end of the presentation, we will have a session for questions and answers. So if you have questions, you can post those in your GoToWebinar panel. You can post a question there. We'll answer those at the end of the session. Also, if you have any questions or you want more information about this product, you can email us at cloudservices@accusoft.com. So let's go ahead and get started. So today's agenda, we are going to do an introduction to Accusoft Cloud Services. So just give you a quick high level of what we offer with the Accusoft Cloud Services product. Then we're going to do the quick start. We're going to show you just really quickly how you can grab the code and, as we said, put that viewer right within your website and display dozens of different file types, including Microsoft Office documents, PDF documents, image documents, CAD documents, and so on. So a lot of different document types that you can display. And of course, this is giving you an advanced viewer that's going to work across every device, is mobile and responsive. We're also going to show you how you can easily customize the viewer. So we understand that when you're putting a viewer into your website or your web app, that you're going to want to make that customized for your end user so it fits the experience that they're expecting within your site, that you're giving them the functionality that you want them to have, and to be able to kind of match the design of your sites to some extent. So we're going to show you how you can do that very easily using our configurator tool. We'll also, as we go through that, we'll talk about some of the key features of the viewer itself. So we're always adding new features to the viewer, and you'll see today that it's got a wide range of features. You'll also see that we'll talk about some of the new features and things that are coming in the future. We'll also show you how you can do this as a WordPress plugin, and as I said, we do have a Joomla plugin available as well. And then we'll wrap that up with Q&A. We are recording today's session, so this will be available to you as a follow-up following today's webinar as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So to do this, I'm going to jump out to my Accusoft Cloud Services website. So when you come to Accusoft.com and you click on Cloud Services, you'll end up on a page, this page specifically, that gives you a very high overview of what cloud services are. So we have specifically the viewer features, which we're going to talk about today, which include things like search, the ability to annotate and sign, or some of the features that are coming soon. But we have a lot of other services we offer, such as the ability to do OCR, or read text from raster documents and extract that text so you can use that in parts of your workflow or your document management systems. The ability to read and write barcodes using APIs. The ability to convert documents from all those dozens of file formats that we talked about, to be able to convert those to other formats like PDF or SVG or JPEG. So we have some different options there as well. We've also got some compress options coming soon as part of the cloud services packages, and you can just see here kind of a high-level overview of what those services are. We'll touch base on that a little bit more later. But as we said today, what we really wanted to accomplish was we wanted to be able to very quickly take a document and put it into a viewer and display that document on our website and make it viewable across any device. So to do that, let's jump out. I have it set up a sample website. You can see it's a very basic template here, just some placeholders for content. And I've got an area here where I've decided that I would like to display a document. So I want to put my document viewer in here, and I want to do that very quickly. So if I go to the Cloud Services website, and I start out, when I'm on the Cloud Services website, if I go to Configure, it'll take me to the Configurator tool, which when I go here, it's going to give me kind of 3 steps. It says, well, I can go step 1, I can define my document, say if I want HTML5 or slideshow. It gives me some basic options that I can do. Step 2, step 3, and we're going to go into those features here in a second, but really right now I just want to grab this viewer as it is. It looks just like this. It's even got a sample document in here for me. I just want to grab that viewer and I want to put that on my site. So I'm going to say get the code. So I'll go ahead and say grab the code. You'll notice here in the left-hand side that has now popped me in some code that I can just copy and paste into my website. And it's giving me 3 different options. So I can select from an iframe, JavaScript, or PHP. So this is really designed for you to have options to be able to just quickly get that code in whatever format's going to work best for your site. In this case, I'm just going to grab this JavaScript code, and I'm going to jump out to my HTML for that web page we were looking at. And let's drive down here and let's find where my viewer is. So there's the spot that I put in here for the viewer. I'm just going to paste that code in here. I'm going to save my page, so it's going to upload to my web server. And I'll go back to my website, and let's refresh the website. And let's scroll down. You can see that my viewer's loading in here. So it just loaded that template up into my page. So give it a second as it loads that up. And I will see that I was able to very quickly just put a document viewer into my website, right? So now I have that document that we saw. Here's my view controls. I can navigate through this document. This is all fully responsive, so this is going to work on mobile. We'll show you that here a little bit later. And I can navigate through the pages, I can print, I can download, so all of those features right there. And again, that's for any of those type of documents you're talking about, like Office, Word documents, PowerPoint, Excel, AutoCAD documents, various image formats, PDF files. So it really gives you maximum flexibility for high quality rendering of those documents. So let's go back and say, you know, maybe I want to modify this. So this is great. I'm able to put a document viewer in here. But what if I wanted to make this look a little bit more customized? How would I do that? So again, we've built this configurator tool that makes it very, very easy for you to do that. So you can step through the steps and set the different parameters, and you'll see when we go through this. So we just very quickly said we want an HTML5 viewer. We're going to use the sample document right now because that's what we're using for the demo. But we also might want to do things like change the size and color. So I can see here that this is kind of the height and width of this is set. Right now it's set to 600 pixels high and it's 100% width. So it's going to automatically fill the div or the space on my web page. But let's change this. Let's just say I want to make this 400 in height. So you can see right away it's dynamically updating right here as I make the changes, so I can see, oh, that's how high that's going to be. Maybe I want to make it 450, right? So it gives me an idea of what that's going to look like. So I can adjust that dynamically on the fly. I can also adjust the width, or I'm going to leave it at 100% in this case because I still want it to be responsive and work across multiple websites. I can also adjust these things like the colors, the toolbar colors. So you can see I've got an upper toolbar, lower toolbar, and then a bottom toolbar. So if I just select the color here, I can type in the hex code, or I can use this really nifty selector tool here, and I can say, you know, I'm really looking for a blue color there. So let's take that color, and then on the lower toolbar, I think I'm going to just look for a little bit lighter blue color. So let's use that color. And I want that color right there to be the same as what I'm using on my bottom toolbar. And in the background color here, you can see around my document, I've set it up with some background to kind of make that document pop a little. You know what, maybe I just want to make that be all white, right? So make that very easy for me to change the colors, the styles of that. I can change the colors of the fonts. I can also change the button colors. So if I want to change these little icons to be black or white, in the future these will actually be SVG as well. So you'll be able to change the color of the icons to any color that you want as well. So that's coming soon. Stay tuned. So there I've adjusted some of the style, but I've got a lot of buttons here that maybe I don't need all of those features in my site. So that's where step 3 is going to come in. So I move along to step 3, you'll see I've got a very easy tool here that shows me, okay, these are the tabs, my view tab and my search tab, and each of the features available within those tabs that I can turn on and off within my viewer. Well, this is great because I want to make this very simple for my users. In this case, I do want to protect my intellectual property, and I don't want people to print or download this document, but I do want them to maybe navigate through the pages next, you know, all the way to the last page or first page. So I want to leave that there for them. Maybe I don't want to be able to have them select text from the document. Maybe not, you know, rotate the document. So I'm going to turn off a few of these things just for uh, so you can see how this works here. And I can even turn off this ability to show or navigate thumbnails of the documents or show that. But I'm going to leave that on. I think we'll let them have that. In this case, I'm going to turn off search as well. So I want to turn off my search bar. You'll notice that whole tab just went away. So just with a couple clicks of a button, I completely customized what features are available to my users. I'm able to make this a really customized experience for my users, and I can say, okay, this is exactly what I want. Again, at any point in the process here, I can say get code, and that's going to give me that code that I can just drop right into my site. So we're going to come back here. We'll grab that code again, jump back out to our site. We'll just take that other viewer out that we'd put in here. We'll put this one right back in there, save it, go back to our site, and let's update our site. Sometimes it takes a second for the file to load when I first upload it. But you'll notice that making those changes delivers very quickly. So that was within, I mean, we've been on this webinar now for 15 minutes. A lot of that's just me talking, but you notice that just in a matter of minutes, not only were we able to take a document, put the viewer into our website, we're also able to go back and completely customize that viewer and place that same viewer or update that viewer right into the website. So again, very customizable, very easy to use, and also very dynamic. So when you place this code into your site, you also then have the ability to go in and create even further customization. So if you'd like to go in and, you know, you can see that I've got a document hard-coded in here as far as what document I want to show. If you're integrating this into a document management system or something in your site where you want that to be a variable, you can just replace that parameter with a variable and make this a little bit more dynamic for your site. Same thing can be true for all of the other settings that are here. And if you have any questions about further customization, if you click on the Advanced tab, this will give you a link to our documentation where it shows all of the API parameters available within the viewer. So it gives you an option to even further customize the solution. So that is kind of how we would put that viewer into our website very quickly. We also mentioned that we could do this in a WordPress site. We know that a lot of our customers do use WordPress as a solution for their website. And so if I go to here is a sample WordPress site that I set up just for demo purposes, you can see it's a pretty basic site. You know, got a couple categories and some recent posts here. And I just want to add a new post with a viewer in it. So let's go ahead and go to our WordPress admin. And I'm going to say, you know, let's create a new post. And now one of the benefits here is that this is tied right into WordPress. So you add a post just like you would in any other WordPress post. And you can see our little Accusoft Cloud Services viewer button there. So I'm going to click on that. And this is going to give you the exact same configurator tool that we just used from the Accusoft Cloud Services website. The big difference here is that it does have an additional button that allows you to upload a document. So before where we could define the path of the document, we understand that in a WordPress environment that you're going to want to be able to access your media library, and that we understand it's important to our customers. So we've added this upload a document button that will directly access the media library within your WordPress site. And you can see in here I've got a lot of images and I've got a PDF file, an I9 form. I'm going to go ahead and select that I9 form. And I think I want to add this. I'm going to say choose that document. And then again, it's the same steps that I would use pasting into an HTML page. I can go through and I can select my size, colors, function options, can do all of these things. And when I'm ready to put this into my site, I simply have to say, get the code, and you'll notice that it automatically puts it into my post for me. And again, here's the code if I wanted to go in and modify that any further. But it just makes it very easy for me, and I can just publish this out to my site. And this is going to update to my site. Very live dynamic publishing. Let's refresh our website. There's our new post for hello, today is May 13th, and there's the viewer with that document that we just selected. So that is publishing using WordPress plugin. As I said, with the configurator tool, We do have all of these features that you can turn on and off today. These are all available in both cloud services. If you come to our website and use the configurator, or whether you use that through the WordPress plugin, those are all available to you as well. But as we add new features to the viewer, what you will see is these will collapse, these menus, and there will be more features here. So we've got new features on the roadmap coming in the next couple months, next month or so. You'll start to see things show up in here, like the ability to annotate a document. So come in and draw, create notes within it on a page. The ability to do a kind of a graphical signature. So if you wanted to sign a document and then download it and email it to somebody, we can do that. All of those things are coming very, very soon, as well as the ability to redact information from documents. So I really encourage you, if you haven't tried the viewer, I encourage you to go out to our website. Again, go to the Accusoft Cloud Services overview page, and from there, when you're on the overview page here, you can say learn more to learn more about the viewer. That'll take you to a demo, as well as the ability to go in and configure it. So if you go in to learn more, you can play around with the viewer here. You can get it, which will take you to the configurator. You can set it up for yourself. And again, this is all free at this point. You can grab this viewer for free, configure it, place it into your website. We will have a paid model available in June, which will be based on usage. So there will always be a free option, and then we will have an option for people who are really high users of this. So, and we'll be continuing to add features to this. Again, if you wanted to use this as a plugin, you can also get the plugins directly from here. And if for some reason you have this application, you'd like to use the same viewer, but you want to host the viewer and the viewer services yourself on your own server or within your application, you can do that as well by coming here and integrate it into, if you come to our website, we have the option to get it on-premise as well. So we kind of give you all the options of how you can use the viewer. Let's just go back and let's do a real quick overview again of Accusoft Cloud Services. So as we mentioned, this is a great resource for you. If you come to Cloud Services website, you can see the different features that we have available today. You can read documentation about how to use the features or the APIs if you want to add some of these functionalities into your web applications. And you can read the documentation here. Keep your eyes tuned on this site. Soon we'll have more things like demos and sample code available as we continue to expand this product, but it's happening very quickly. There's a lot of great features here, and as you'll notice that when we put that viewer onto a web page, that is highly responsive, works across all devices, and is one of the big benefits of that is it just saves you a lot of time in terms of when you go to deploy something, especially if you have information that you want to put out onto different devices. So here I just pulled up my phone real quick. I did want to show this to you. So when I publish that update out to that web page, you'll notice this is a responsive website. This is a reflection of my iPhone, so I'm holding this in my hand. Let me just refresh the page real quick so you can see what that did. If I scroll down, you'll notice that my viewer is right there, fits right within the web page, and again, this is completely responsive, so it will adjust to the screen, so it makes a very good user experience for your users. So the Accusoft Cloud Services really give you that benefit of being able to quickly deploy documents and your information out across your site and your web app to all of your users. So that's pretty much it for how to put the viewer into site. I know that's a pretty quick webinar, but as we said, this is something you can do in 5 minutes or so. So we wanted to be able to show you how you could do that. We do have a question here. It looks like we have the first question we have is, do I need a license key? So the answer to that is yes, you do need a license key. The license key is free. When you come to our website, when you come to the website, you will have a license key distributed to you. So it's very simple. You just go in, sign up, give us your email address, verify your account, and you'll get a license key that you can then use. That one license key you'll be able to use across all of the services. So if you're using barcode, OCR, any of the other features of the APIs as well, you'll be able to use that same license key. Is this the same for Joomla? So that's a good question. Currently, the Joomla plugin is a version behind what we showed you today. There is a viewer available for Joomla, so you can go out and grab that viewer, and if you go out and go ahead and grab that plugin, you can have HTML5 viewing in your site. It just doesn't have the configurator tool at this point. The next question is, can I have a copy of the presentation? Yes, we will send a follow-up email that will have a link to the video. We have a question that says, can we show a Chromeless viewer? So meaning, can I show a viewer without any controls? So we will have a fully Chromeless option available here in the future. Right now, if you create a customized viewer, what that would look like, you will still have a little bit of Chrome around the edge, I guess. If I go to step 3, I can turn off all of the view controls, and you'll see here, let me turn off these down here. You just turn off all the controls, and you'll notice as I turn them off, each of the buttons is going away, including bottom toolbar, upper toolbar, search. So this is right now as close to Chromeless as you can get with the configurator, where you still got a little bit of this here. But again, if you use the APIs, you can completely turn that Chrome off, and in a future version of the configurator very soon, we will have just a one-click button that allows you to just make it Chromeless. Just looking at the rest of the questions here. Is markup of CAD files supported? Is CAD file viewing vector or raster? So we will convert those CADs to SVG files. We do have markup or annotation capabilities coming in the next release of Accusoft Cloud Services. So those will be there very shortly. Look for those in the next coming weeks for the ability to do that kind of markup. The next question is, how much is the premium version? What is the cost of the premium version? We are still kind of finalizing that pricing. We should have that available in public here in the next month or so. So I'd say just stay tuned to Accusoft Cloud Services. If you go to the Accusoft Cloud Services site, the other thing that you can do here is when you're on the Cloud Services site, if you have a question afterwards, you can ask a question here. As I said, you can also email us at cloudservices@accusoft.com. And if you create an account, the accounts are free, but if you create an account, that can add you to our mailing list, and we can make sure that you get all the information as we come up with, as we release new features, and you're aware of what's been released. Excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold. So, other than cloud hosting, are there any major differences between this and PCC? So, for those of you that are Prism Content Connect customers of Accusoft, Prism Content Connect is the self-hosted version of this viewer. The biggest difference at this point is the self-hosted version, you automatically have all of the features out of the box available when you download it. You also have complete control over the caching, and the security as well. So it is a good solution specifically if you're looking for security. It depends on the volume and those type of things as well. So my suggestion would be, if you're looking at the two products and looking for what solution is right for you, reach out to us, and we can put you in touch with one of our sales engineers, or we can talk to you here on the SaaS team, and we can help you find the right solution. Is free available forever, or is it a trial version? So our plans are to have a free version available all the time. So again, it will just be limited to, how many documents per month will you be able to be viewing on the free account. So again, that information should be out here in the next month or so. Do I require the plugin through my website server? I am using a WordPress template, so can search for plugins. So I think if I read that correctly, if you want to do this in WordPress, you can just search on the WordPress plugin marketplace. Just go search for Accusoft Cloud Services Viewer. You'll find our viewer there, and it's very easy to install. Just click the button for install, just like any other WordPress plugin, and it will install the plugin, and then you just have to register and get your key, and you just paste your key in, and you'll be ready to go. Need a simple JPEG viewer utilizing files stored on site and access through on-site search engine results. Will this do that? Yes, the viewer will work for that as long as the files that you're trying to show are publicly accessible, or if you have a way to. There are ways that you can make those files, if they're behind a firewall, available as well. So yes, this will solve your JPEG viewer solution. is overlay compare of files going to be supported in the future? So that is something we have talked about. We have discussed the option of putting overlay, and that really kind of is more core viewer technology that we're looking at. I don't have a specific time frame for that, but again, that's a great question, Dwayne. If you could email that to us at cloudservices@accusoft.com, we'll make sure we have that accounted for. It looks like at this point that's all the questions we have. I appreciate everybody taking time out of their afternoon to sit through the webinar. I hope that we showed you some exciting ways to put documents into your website, and I hope you find some good uses for this. And if you do, definitely shoot us an email. I'd love to see how you're using our viewer. And if you have any feedback on how we can make this more useful for you, we'd like to hear that as well. So again, I appreciate your time this afternoon, and it looks like you're going to get some time back in your afternoon. So thank you everybody for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on the next webinar.